The story will focus on a Chinese police named Liu Jian. This is the guy. And he just landed in France in order to work together, helping French police to end this drug smuggling case did by the Chinese gangster.
Business or pleasure?
Pleasure.
Before meet the local police, Liu Jian come to his uncle's place, and he gonna stay here during this mission. It's because Liu is not that kind of guy who likes to stay at hotels, because he doesn't like to be bothered by the sound of the noisy bat that sometimes heard at night. According to what his leader said, he goes to the bar hotel to meet the local police. And instead of the police showed up, here comes a random pilot trying to make friends with him. And because of he doesn't like drinking alcohols, he goes to the toilet. And apparently, that's where the local police waiting for him. Before meeting the guy in charge, aka the guy who led this operation, they search him up. And here we see that unique Chinese bracelet on his hand and the made in China firearms he bought from the place where he come from. After that, they take Liu to the police chief named Richard. This is him. They go immediately to the room that already set by Richard to watching over the Chinese gangster boss. And the goal of this mission is to recording and get the name of the French guy who worked with this Chinese gang all these years. And with Liu's here, they're expecting that Liu could help Richard to get the information. Just after that, here comes two prostitutes ordering by Richard to satisfy the boss and to be his close-range spy. And when one of them named Jessica goes to the toilet, the other one trying to kill the boss. And of course it makes Liu's panic, because if the boss dead, they're not gonna get the name, so he did this. And yes, apparently Richard is the bad guy who worked with the boss. And when the French police wants to reveal this case, he have to kill the boss man, so he doesn't come up with his name. But instead of clear the problem, Richard makes the new one when he trying to blame Liu for what happened, and Liu trying to get away and hiding in the laundry room. Richard trying to set him on fire, so Liu get out the hole. But Richard get this Chinese kick on his face, and when he lose his temper, he open the grenade and want to blow Liu in there, but after Liu get away, that's when Richard's guy coming and tell him that Liu managed to take the recording of him killing the boss man and one of the prostitute. Following what his leader said back in China, he goes to the locker room in the subway to take the phone for him and get back to the uncle's house, waiting for the backup coming from China. And this is the minister who takes responsibility during Liu's mission here in France. And he kinda shocked to hear that Liu betrayed them. And this Mr. Minister know exactly that Liu is never gonna do that. And he tell them who Liu really is and why it's impossible for him to do such a thing. Officer Liu Jian is the good cop with a lot of achievement, high-trained, single, dedicated, man of focus, commitment, and share will. After get this explanation from the minister, of course Richard really want to catch Liu, because with that ability, of course it's a threat for him. As one of the witnesses in the crime scene, Richard asked Jessica what he saw and heard that night. But because of that night she's in the bathroom, she doesn't know anything. As the prostitute, Jessica has to go back to the street, waiting for the customers. And it happened to be, the place she's standing on is outside Liu's uncle's house. And it happened to be, Liu is there eating his food. One thing to know, Jessica did this not for the money and drugs, but to make sure the safety of his daughter. Because of this motherfucker Richard held her daughter and will kill that sweetheart if Jessica refused to be one of his money source. Not long after, Liu get the message from the minister to meet him on the ship. And when he get there, Liu explain what actually happened that night and hand him the cachet. But
We can go to the airport, and from there we can...
in order to catch Liu, Richard did all of this effort where he sent all of his men. But because of Liu is the descendants of Wong Fei Hung, it's hard for this French police to catch this little guy For the second time, Liu get away. And Richard tells everybody that Liu killed the minister. And here he is now, in his uncle's house, stitching his wound. Jessica, who stands outside, offers him a help, and maybe hoping she can get a bowl of soup after, because she haven't eaten all day. And when she finishing the stitch, here comes the pimp hitting her for not doing her job. When Liu asks him to stop, this guy, the pimp, tells Liu to give him some money for Jessica's time stitching his wound. Liu give him the money to avoid another problem. But when he hit Jessica again, this is what he got. Right when the uncle come back home and see the mess, unfortunately Richard's right-hand man is there and realize that Liu, the guy he looking for, is there too. He shoot randomly to the house and kill the uncle. After kill the right-hand man, Liu and Jessica get away, and on the way, Jessica happened to say the name of Richard and how she's there at night. Knowing this, Liu wants Jessica to testify for him to the embassy, but Jessica refuses it because she doesn't want something bad happen to her daughter. After that, Jessica back to Richard to tell him that she meets Liu, the little guy Richard wants, and tell him where he is now. But Jessica has to be cuffed until Richard finds that what she said is true. After Richard leaves, Jessica starts to tease the security to give her some food. And after he get back, Jessica is already gone. Apparently Jessica agreed to help Liu get the cassette, the recording of Richard kill the boss man. Why is this guy still keep the cassette, dumbass? And for the return, Liu is gonna save her daughter before they go to the embassy. After get there, Jessica looks happy when she's about to meet her daughter again. But suddenly, they call them the twin. These guys have good enough fighting skill, but not good enough to catch Liu's alive. What happened now is they failed to get Jessica's daughter and Jessica gets shot. Liu has to take her to the hospital. And when she's awake, she cries. Because after all these things, Richard obviously gonna kill her daughter if Liu's not save her immediately. Although she's just a prostitute, Liu is very sorry for all the things she's been through. Jessica did this to make sure her daughter's safety. Plus, now she has to be the one lying in the hospital bed because of him. At this point, Liu can go to the embassy right away and hand the cassette to get out of this mess. But what he did is, he called Richard to tell him that he's downstairs and he's about to come upstairs to finish them all.
Hey, Monsieur Hope!
And after he puts all the cops outside to sleep, he has to face a bunch of cops inside who doing the karate. And this scene reminds me of Bruce Lee when he came to Japanese gym. And just like what Bruce Lee did, Liu can defeat all of them by himself. To see all of his men in the gym down, Richard got panic of what Liu is able to do. After locked the way in, Liu has to face the twin who already dying to kick his ass. And one of them got this quick little kick that can make Liu get overwhelmed. Doesn't want to lose, Liu trying to direct him to the narrow space, and it works. This guy can't throw his foot properly. After break this guy's neck, Liu now has to deal with the big brother, and it doesn't take too long for him to finish this one. After the twin dead, Richard makes Jessica's daughter as the shield so Liu can attack him. And when Liu can distract him from the girl, suddenly... Yes, even though Liu's got shot, Liu can put his needle on the back of Richard's neck. That pressure point is very forbidden. Liu called that Kiss of the Dragon. Not just now Richard get paralyzed, the blood is also going to the brain fast and not going down. So when Liu take the needle out, it's gonna force the blood to get out of his mouth, nose, even his eyes, and he gonna die very painfully. Eat that, Richard. After Jessica awake, she sees the sweetheart sleeping peacefully on the couch. Jessica really happy for what Liu did for her, and they live happily ever after, but not together. The end. Richard actually has the power to make the world a better place, but instead he doing what he's supposed to do. He make that as the money source, and see what happened to him? He ended up miserably. It tells us that the bad is not always win, and can't be hide forever. Thank you guys for watching, see you guys next time, and bye bye.